Hey, welcome in. Well, the Salvation Army got itself into hot water recently when it was discovered that they were publishing far-left content embracing critical race theory. Now, maybe somebody in the corporate structure of Salvation Army just kind of went rogue and started putting all this stuff out there. I don't know what their corporate structure is like. I don't know if that's possible, but the response from the Salvation Army is very, very typical left-wing gaslighting when they get called out on this stuff. It's the same, oh no, we just want to have conversations, right? No, they don't. Let's take a look at this. And we'll just read the important parts here. Although we remain committed to serving everyone in need, regardless of their beliefs, backgrounds, or lifestyle, some individuals and groups have recently attempted to mislabel our organization to serve their own agendas. Well, we'll see about that. They have claimed that we believe our donors should apologize for their skin color, that the Salvation Army believes America is an inherently racist society, and that we have abandoned our Christian faith for one ideology or another. Again, we shall see about this. So one qualifier, they have claimed that we believe our donors should apologize for their skin color. This is an internal document. What I'm going to show you is an internal document. But it's pretty clear in it that they're not just talking about people working in the Salvation Army. This is an ideology that embraces everything, remember. But anyway, let's continue. The Salvation Army occasionally publishes internal study guides on various complex topics to help foster positive conversations and grace-filled reflection amongst Salvationists. Well, it all sounds so nice, doesn't it? Because again, it's just positive conversations. By discussing these issues, we always hope to encourage the development of a more thoughtful organization that is better positioned to support those in need. But no one is being told how to think, period. Really? You are aware that people can actually read this content. It's out there. But, we're going to get to that. But first, it says international headquarters realize that certain aspects of the guide may need to be clarified. And this is a good thing right here, because when we go to the page for that resource on salvationarmy.org, elements of the recently issued Let's Talk About Racism guide led some to believe that we think they should apologize for the color of their skin, or that the Salvation Army may have abandoned its biblical beliefs for another philosophy or ideology. That was never our intention, so the guide has been removed for appropriate review. So the fact that they've taken it down is a good thing. But this is the internet, right? So, there it is. Let's talk about racism. And you can see there's the Salvation Army logo. Let's talk about racism. Here's the section on what is whiteness. So that's a great place to start a positive conversation. It's so positive, I can hardly believe it. I wonder if there's a section in here, what is the protocols of the elders of Zion? We just want to have a positive conversation. Yeah, right. So let's deal with this, but no one is being told how to think, period. Okay, let's see about that. Challenges that white culture needs to overcome and address include. That doesn't sound like a conversation. That sounds like an order to me. Denial of racism. We must stop denying the existence of individual and systemic institutional racism. They exist and are still at work to keep white Americans in power. That's not a conversation. That's, you're racist, shut up. Defensiveness about race. We have to stop taking discussions about racism as a personal attack and instead be open to hearing about our blind spots. That sound like a positive conversation to you? No, that sounds like an order. That sounds like, you're racist, shut up. This is how the positive conversations always go. It starts within, they want to have a conversation within certain parameters that are already set, with certain assertions that are unassailable. Like, you have to say that you're racist and then repent. You have to confess and repent. It's not a conversation, it's a Maoist struggle session. It's, I'm not crazy, you are. It's gaslighting. Stop denying that white privilege exists and learn how it supports racial inequity. You may not feel privileged. I mean, you might not feel privileged because you might not be, but anyway, it doesn't really matter because they're not really interested in your side of the conversation. You might have picked up on that. but it is likely that you have been excused from numerous negative experiences, as well as benefited positively simply because of your whiteness. And how do you know that? Because they're just saying it here, right? That's how you know. That's how you know it's true. And you also know that you're not allowed to disagree, because that would be some kind of supremacy. And the usual, stop trying to be colorblind because nothing makes any sense anymore. Because I guess if you're not judging people based on race, you might not realize how racist you are, I guess, somehow. I do find it surreal how racist this shit actually is. Take a personal inventory on race and discuss it with a friend. If you engage a trusted black or brown friend, please make sure they have the emotional and mental capacity to handle this. What? Make sure they have the emotional and mental capacity to handle this? It's so condescending, it's disgusting. I mean, it's certainly not colorblindness, is it? They got a section here on lamenting and repenting. Are you ready to repent for something that you didn't do? Me neither. So we get back to the gaslighting here. No one is being told how to think, period. Yes, they are. That's what your guide does. It specifically, explicitly does that. Tells people how to think, and that they're not allowed to disagree. But the good thing is they did take it down, and it's a result of pressure being put on them. Because in the corporate world, there has been pressure to promote this kind of racialized garbage. They've been doing it because people have been afraid to push back, because people on corporate boards have been afraid to push back. And that needs to be reversed. The pressure needs to be to reject what is essentially race Marxism. You know, the time for overlooking this kind of stuff is long past. The time for giving the benefit of the doubt is long past. There has to be financial pressure exerted. Enough pressure to make institutions want to avoid this stuff at all costs. And I'm sorry, Salvation Army, you can tell me that you're just trying to foster positive conversations. But, you know, I'm sorry, I know how to read. And I know that what you're saying is bullshit. But in any case, taking that garbage down is a good start. So that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.